To my mind, there are two reasons that we need nuclear power. The first is to do with climate change, and the second is energy independence. So the climate change issue is that we need to reduce our CO2 emissions, greenhouse gas emissions, by 80% compared to 1990 levels by 2050. So you need to work out, of course, how you arrive at 20% on that sort of timescale. And a good reference marker for that is the work of the Committee on Climate Change. Now, what they've done is looked at the energy portfolio that we have now and potential energy portfolios for the future. And they looked at a number of different options, starting with the obvious one, which is renewable sources. They tried to work out what is the maximum amount of energy that you could get, maximum amount of power that you could get from those renewable sources. And it comes to about 40% of our energy budget on the timescale that we need. In addition to that, you could have something like 20% of gas. So things like wind turbines, they need backup energy supply, and that would come from gas generation. You need then another 40% coming from nuclear power.
And is nuclear able to provide that 40%?
So at the moment we have 15% of energy generation through nuclear power. To get up to 40%, I think, is a real challenge. The ability to build enough nuclear power stations, the number that we might need will exceed capability at the moment to build reactors.
Ron, what are your thoughts on this need for nuclear power to meet this extra 40% of energy that we need in the future?
The government did a lot of modelling about how to get both the CO2 reductions that Martin refers to of 80% by 2050 and to keep the lights on. And that modelling shows very conclusively that we don't need nuclear power to do it. There are at least 8 ways of doing it without nuclear power. That involves, obviously, investment in, firstly, energy efficiency, because the best energy is that you don't use in the first place, and renewables, wind, offshore wind, onshore wind, solar PV, biomass and combined heat and power, and obviously carbon capture and storage.